Welcome in, everyone. Week 7 edition of Friday Night in the Boot. Alongside Spencer Barrett, I'm Garrett Walbert. A beautiful, great weekend start for high school football around the state of Louisiana. We got some great games this evening. Even saw a little bit of history made as Sid Edwards wins his 200th career game.
What a win for Sid Edwards, getting his 200th career win. I always like to talk about the weather, though, and this week the weather is a little cold. It felt like football weather finally, and it's always good, but especially whenever we're at this point in district. As we see Sid Edwards getting his little Gatorade bath there, he's fired up. I'm fired up for him, man. I'm sure he'll have to get some new clothes on before he heads home, but his guys are fired up for him, and what a win for Estruma. They'll stay perfect on the year. We'll see some highlights from that later in the show.
A 31-0 victory and a chance to maybe win their district if they can beat Plaquemine in a week or two. But we've got a lot to get to. In fact, the game of the week in the state, a couple of heavyweights in 5A, both undefeated, Ruston and Neville. We've seen Neville earlier this year really come through with some huge wins. They beat Calvary Baptist, I believe, in week 2 and just kind of showcased how talented they are. Ruston, one of the best environments in the state, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. You take a look at these guys, they are fired up and ready to go.
We'll see Josh Brantley drop back to pass here, and he's going to get sacked. That's Brody Watley right there on the sack. Big-time sack. Jared Ball's not liking that early, man. He's fired up. I'm fired up too, man. Everyone's firing me up tonight.
Ruston with a defense that gives up less than 14 points per game on average. They have been so good this season. Neville, first quarter action, interception, and that'll bring down another chance for the for Ruston to come through.
And that's Aiden Anding on the interception. He had one in the Bayou Jamboree. We're going to see Josh Brantley take off. Look how many guys he's just throwing off him, and he's going to take off. This is a 70-yard touchdown score to open up the scoring for Ruston. They take an early 7-0 lead. Josh Brantley, like you said, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the state, and he puts them on top early. We'll see Parker Robinson drop back to pass. He's going to hit the screen pass. We'll see, he's going to stay in bounds there. He does.
Thomas
and he's
Campbell.
Gone to the end zone.
Campbell quiets the away crowd, the Tigers moving forward in the ball game. Again, Robinson. Little run to Caleb Vaughn, the senior wide receiver. And he'll get inside the 20-yard line for the Tigers.
Takes a village to bring him down.
Robinson, good zip on the pass. Trying to move forward again is Thomas Campbell. He's into the end zone, second touchdown of the night. Pull your pants up, young man.
Big touchdown for him, big touchdown. Man, he's fired up. Everyone's fired up tonight, man. What a night for this, and what a win for Neville. They take home the win, 26-21, get a late touchdown on Ruston on a kick return, I believe. And Neville stays unbeaten, quite surprisingly maybe to some people. I know a lot of people who picked Ruston going into this one, but the Tigers get it done. They'll take on Ouachita next. Ruston, they'll be at Alexandria next.
Nothing to hang their head about, a 5-point loss, still two of the best teams in the state in 5A.
It is, and I mean, both the coaches said, you know, a loss doesn't derail their season, but really a game that I'd like to see, you know, the full game, watch it from start to finish. Let's head down south now to Baton Rouge, take you out to another game. Memorial Stadium, Central taking on Catholic. Central was down 21-7 at halftime. Wildcats need a big play early on this one, and they're going to get it. Alex Huffing is going to huff up the ball, and it's going to be on the ground, and a couple Wildcats are going to fall on it. Central gets the ball, but they won't be able to get anything going in the end zone. They'll call on their kicker, Nathan Zimmer, and he will be good. Makes it a 21-10 ball game. We'll see the Wildcat cheerleaders. They're taking it around. But here comes Baylor Graves. Baylor Graves, he's going to look downfield. Finds Gary Simpson. Good reception. Points downfield. He's like, first down. Here we go. Next up is going to be the Ryland Parker show. For pretty much the rest of this game, Parker dominated. Look at him weaving his way in and out of defenders, making his way to the pylon, trying to get there. Great tackle there by the Central defenders. But guess what? Give it to him a couple plays later on the direct snap. He'll take it around the right side and cruise into the end zone. Parker picks up the touchdown, makes this a 28-10 game for the Bears. Wildcats need to respond here, and they need to respond quickly. Hudson Fuller liking what he's seen from his team so far. We're going to see Maxwell Moore. He's going to meet a Wildcat in the backfield, and he's going to bring his fellas with him. The village is going to show up, bring him down, and force a punt. Catholic defense came to play, and then later on to put this game to rest, guess who it is? It's Parker again. He's going to weave his way through defenders, take a hit, get into the end zone. Touchdown Bears. Final score from this one, 35-17 Catholic. takes down Central, goes to 5-1 on the year. Central, their first loss of the season. Catholic's now in the driver's seat for that district.
Looking good, too. 5-1. They've really kind of rebounded after that loss to U High. They've gone on a short little winning streak and really looked in control in this game from the second quarter on.
I mean, pretty much that's what you expect out of Hudson Fuller and the Catholic Bears. Let's take you a score here. We got Ascension Episcopal and Vermilion Catholic, two unbeaten teams. Vermilion Catholic actually takes down Ascension Episcopal by a score of 49-27. John D'Artes, I bet, does it again. The Screaming Eagles get it done. 7-0 on the season now, a really impressive season. I know last year they were knocked out in the semifinals, I believe, and they want to get back to the Dome, and that's going to be something that they have to do. They have to be able to beat these teams that are 6-1. Next week they'll take on a talented Opelousas Catholic team. I'm excited to see what Vermilion Catholic can do.
Next game on the block for us, Buckeye and Bunkie, 3A District 2. Nice matchup between these two programs. Buckeye coming in 3-3 on the season. Bunkie, though, has been on a tear into the end zone. And Compton, one of the more talented quarterbacks in the state, to Kyle Johnson, 30 yards, and that puts them on the board first. Coach Jimmy Hillman probably saying, let's just do that again. Into the hands, and an incredible catch to Kyle Johnson. Guess what? They did it. That floating pass, over 50 yards. 2 plays later, Compton will use his legs, 15 yards to the outside, and they'll take a 12-0 lead. You see the fans in the stands. They're on social media. They're telling them how good Bunkie is. Dylan's parents, of course. Number 19, Compton hooks up with Kane Milligan for the touchdown. And who's that taking the perfect photo? It's the mom, Rachel, on the camera. We appreciate all the parents out there documenting these young men's careers. Second half, Bunkie's backup quarterback, Brady Wright, runs one in. 1 of 2 rushing scores, and Bunkie still perfect. They're 7-0 with a 64-0 win.
Wonder how many points Bunkie's averaging. But look at that game down there. Next week, they're going to take on Gina, one of the biggest rivalries in Sinla. In the last few years, that game has gained importance. I know last year, Bunkie came out flat against them. They want to get that revenge on them. I'm fired up for that game. I'm fired up in general, man. I'm always fired up.
Good first block. We've got plenty of football highlights to come. Stay with us. We'll step aside, take our first time out. When we come back, Denham Springs and Dutchtown lead things off in Block 2.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Welcome back to Friday Night in the Boot. Spencer Verrett, Garrett Walford alongside me. And Garrett, it's time for a big one. One of the biggest, not a rivalry, but 2 of the top teams in this district, Denham Springs and Dutchtown. Let's take you out to the Griffins. Undefeated Dutchtown looking to stay undefeated, taking on Denham Springs 4-2, looking to bounce back after a loss last week. Start us off. Give me Give me the Yellow Jackets real quick. Jerry Horn, Sean Goldman, they've been tearing it up a little bit. You see the Yellow Jackets running out there. They're fired up. They're ready to go. There's Jerry Horn. He's ready to drop back to pass. He's going to find his favorite receiver. He's going to roll out a little bit. He's going to find Goldman, and he's out of bounds. Good setup here. And guess what? You know what? If it worked once, we learned last time. You just do it again, right? Yeah, give it to him again. Touchdown, Denham Springs. And they take an early lead in this one, but they miss the extra point, so it's 6-0. Yellow Jackets trying to take down Dutchtown, as you see that missed extra point now. This is Johnny Bravo kicking, by the way. Had a legendary field goal to win a game a couple weeks back. But here comes Horn again. He's going to look deep, and he's going to get he's got all of the jersey there of Deshaun Goldman. And we're going to see Horn. He'll roll out the pass, and he's picked off. He's picked off by Lathan Riley. The senior defensive back comes up with a huge interception in the red zone. And look at the purple rain lights. I love that. Give me more of those LED lights. That's perfect. So here comes LaKedron Harvey coming up next here. So we see the Griffins celebrating. Give it to LaKedron Harvey. He's going to find his way wide open into the gap. Takes a little hit on his way to the end zone, but he's in to give the score. Dutchtown extra point is good, and they lead now. Hits a Heisman pose on him. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Start hitting the Heisman pose. No flag either. I love that too. We're going to go back here. We're going to see the student section's ready. Give it to LaKedron again. We're learning tonight. If it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Keep it up. LaKedron gets into the red zone, and then you know what? Give it to him again. He's going to run right through, full head of steam, walk his way into the end zone, and it's 14-6 Griffins at the half. Final score from this one: Denham Springs falls to Dutchtown 27-13. Griffins are 6-0. They'll take on Walker next week, and I could tell you what, I could see a Dutchtown perfect season incoming. I don't want to jinx it.
You just did. Congratulations to Guy Mastretta, great Baton Rouge area coach, a lot of success, and his team is off to a great start.
Got another final score for you here. Huntington and Parkway.
Parkway came back to earth last week, losing to Airline. There's no shame in that. They average like 49 points per game, but they get the win. They put 7 touchdowns on the board themselves. Huntington, who came in 4-2, falls to 4-3. Nice win for Parkway. They're trying to navigate with either their starting quarterback, backup quarterback. What do they got? They're still piling up the points up there in Bossier City.
Well, let's take you out now to our good friend Garland Gillen, his weekly appearance here. He was out at Lutcher and E.D. White, a big-time matchup between two teams who have great records this season.
We're at the Dog Yard tonight for our Fox 8 Football Friday game of the week. It's a battle for first place in District 8-4A. It's the E.D. White Cardinals against the Lutcher Bulldogs.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Cards triple option offense effective immediately. Braylon Jennings takes the rock, makes some moves inside the Lutcher 10. A few plays later, Grant Barbera on the QB keeper for the Cards. It's 7-0. Lutcher on the attack, but we have a fumble! Evan Weber recovers for the Cards inside his own 20-yard line. At the beginning of the second quarter, the Bulldogs finally get on the board. Zach Jenkins calls his own number for the 2-yard score. We're tied at 7 apiece. After a 3-and-out by E.D. White, Weber to the air, hits Trenton Cheney in stride. He's gone 55 yards for the touchdown. It's 14-10 Lutcher at the break. Third quarter now, Cards to the air. Terriot Snowden snatches it for the INT. He's going the other way inside the 20. Few plays later, Cheney punches it in for his second touchdown of the night. 20-10 Lutcher Bulldogs. Lutcher D tightening up. Houston commit Rashad Sterling with the sack for the Bulldogs. He's an absolute unit. Cards trying to cut the deficit to 7. Ty Powell with the kick. It's on target. Doinks off the goalpost. 20-13. First play from scrimmage after the kickoff. Cheney breaks some tackles, takes it to the outside, down the sideline. He ignites the burners, and he's gone. 93 yards to the house. The Raging Cajun commit makes it 27-13. 3 to go now. Barbera answers with a QB sneak. It's a touchdown, but That's all they can muster. They lose this one 27-20.
Well, I think it shows the growth of our football team. We've saw some adversity tonight. Edie White's a great program. They've been doing this for a while. They've been really good. And our guys responded. We did some things in the first half. I didn't think we executed well in the first half. We probably left some points offensively. And then defensively, we just rose to the challenge in the second half to keep them out. We gave up the touchdown late. But I think our offensive line, we didn't do a lot in the second half. We really didn't. They did a great job stopping us. But when we had to have it, our offensive line and Trenton Cheney got it done.
Lutcher stays undefeated on the season. Next week, they're right here at home again to play Ellender. From Lutcher, Garland Gillen, Fox 8, Local First.
What a win for the Lutcher Bulldogs. They stay unbeaten on the year, 27-20 over Edie White. Wayne Jenkins looked really, really happy with his squad, and it's a quality win over an Edie White squad. That's no slouch.
No, absolutely. They just pile up wins over the years, regular seasons on undefeated. But again, congratulations to Coach Jenkins, whose team now 6-0. They lost a game because of one of the earlier hurricanes in week 2 for the season. They'll take on A.J. Ellender. Still some talented games left for Lutcher. It'd be interesting to see if they can author an undefeated season.
I mean, we're going to just be jinxing everyone tonight. But I'm sure Coach Dwayne Jenkins and his son, Zach Jenkins, at quarterback, is one of the better stories that we've seen this year. Jenkins had a great game tonight. And, yeah.
They've got a defense that continues to frustrate their opponents. It's one of the big reasons that they've stayed undefeated. And, you know, coming into the season, he knew he had some pieces up front that could really make a difference. So far to this point, the Bulldogs looking really sharp on D.
Yeah, and we'll take you back here with the game of the week for next week. Kentwood Southern Lab, our first game of the week last year, was an epic classic between the Roos and the Kittens. We'll be back there, but this time in Mumford. Southern Lab looking to get another win over Kentwood. Kentwood looking to steal the district off the Kittens. Join us on Thursday, October 24th at 7 p.m. on the LHSAA Network TV app and YouTube streaming as well. Don't go anywhere. We've got some more highlights coming up next, including the Kittens, as well as Westlake Iota and Vermilion Catholic and Ascension Episcopal. We have those highlights coming for you. They'll be later on in the show. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Buying online is easy, but not when it comes to buying medications. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl. Kids are dying from these fake pills. Fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin. A lethal dose is smaller than a pencil point. Worse yet, medical professionals can't tell the difference between real pills and their counterfeits. Don't take anything that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Welcome back. Friday night in the boot. Southern Lab and Kaplan. You see the Pirates running out there looking to take down the Division IV Select defending champs. It's going to be Dylan Landry who takes the handoff around the right side. Pirates moving the ball early on that Southern Lab defense. Here goes Landry again around the left side this time, and he is in through a huge hole into the end zone to give Kaplan a 8-0 lead after the 2-point conversion. Here we go into the second quarter. Kaplan on the doorstep again. Number 24, Wyatt Abear takes the inside handoff for the touchdown. Pirates on top 16-0 There's Landry again getting another touchdown, 24-0. They're racking up points like crazy. Here comes Southern Lab, though. It's going to be Jerry Botley. He hooks up with Anthony Witherspoon on a swing pass. Witherspoon, he's going to take it to the house, 67 yards into the end zone. Southern Lab's on the board. Here come the Kittens, but, oh, nope, here's the Pirates again. Looking downfield, it's Landry again, man. This dude's tearing it up tonight. He's all the way into the red zone. And you know what? Like we've learned, Garrett, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give it to Landry again, and he gets another touchdown. We'll see number 24 find his way into the end zone now for the Pirates. And then we're going to look for a quick answer here from the Kittens. It's going to be Botley to Denham Hunt into the end zone. Cuts the lead to 40-14. And we're going to see Botley again with another touchdown to Hunt. Start throwing it up to him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Final score from this one, Kaplan takes down Southern Lab. A big-time win for Kaplan, 40-20 over the Kittens. They improved to 5-1. Kittens will look to bounce back next week in our Game of the Week against Kentwood.
Our previous Game of the Week in Acadia Parish, Westlake and Iota. You see the Rams running out, and Iota in front of a great home crowd at Bulldog Stadium. Westlake quarterback Brody Anderson finds Brody Boudreaux for a nice gain into Iota territory. Number 5, the running back Braylon Garrett. He'll take the handoff, runs it up the gut from 2 yards out, and that gives the Rams a 7-0 lead. Iota quarterback number 11 Peyton Renfro with the keeper around the left side gets the ball into the red zone. He has quite a burst. We saw that on display last night. Later in the drive, Renfro, there's the burst. QB sneak from 5 yards out. That evens the score at 7-all. The next Iota possession, Renfro calls his own number again, runs around the right side, and ends up putting the Bulldogs in scoring position. They've got a talented running back in number 25, Connor Frugier. Frugier this time will cut it back for the touchdown and put the Bulldogs up by a score of 14-7. Westlake's going to answer, though. Their opening drive of the second quarter, Garrett punches it in for his second touchdown of the game. We're all knotted at 14. Bulldogs cap the scoring in the half. Swing pass from Renfro to Jace Lanchet. Lanchet turns on the burners. He runs past everyone into the end zone for a 67-yard touchdown gallop. He gives Iota the 21-14 advantage. Both teams failed to score in the third quarter. And then Anderson finds a wide-open Ryan Allen, and number 11 is off to the races. Nice start to the fourth quarter on a 79-yard touchdown strike. We're tied up at 21 apiece. Quite a compelling game on a Thursday night. Iota looking to answer. Renfro, screen pass to Frugier out of the backfield. That moves the Bulldogs down the field. There is a penalty at the end. Iota will be in great position for the go-ahead score. Renfro plunges in from 2 yards out. Iota back on top, 28-21. Westlake's not done. First and goal from the 16. A little over 3 left on the clock, and there it is. Anderson around the left side, QB keeper. He's into the end zone. That makes the score 28-27. The ensuing PAT is wide right. The Bulldogs hold on to claim the 28-27 victory, and that's how it ended. So Iota, they'll be on the road at Ville Platte for the next game. Westlake taking on the Lake Charles College Prep Trailblazers. And this was the LHSAA Network Game of the Week. Let's treat you to some sound after the game. We'll talk with Ray Oakwin and the starting quarterback, Renfro.
Started out 0-1, and now we've rattled off 6 straight. Just relentlessness on the team. They're taking the coaching. They're being coached well, and they're responding in a positive way that's producing victories. You know, when you play good teams like this, that's all you can ask for, is to try to get things done, you know, on all 3 phases of the game, you know, and a lot of teams can't do that. And let me tell you something, Westlake is very well coached and is a very good football team.
I mean, it meant a lot. We came in here with a good opponent. You know, it was a big game, big atmosphere. The whole talent came out on a Thursday, and just made a great environment, made it fun to play for everyone.
What a game on a Thursday night that was between Westlake and Iota. I was having a great time watching it after my game finished up. We got another score here for you. Northwest and Church Point. Another game that was played last night. Final score from this one, Northwest dominates Church Point from start to finish. Picks up the win 38-13. The Raiders. This was a game that last season, it was the last game that they lost before they didn't lose again to the semifinals.
Yep.
They've got Kevion Johnson back there. He's a really great running back. and they look like they can make another run again. I'm sure that Raider Nation, they're gonna be excited about this win. They'll take on Mamu next week, and Church Point will take on Crowley.
Yeah, Northwest is not going to be a 22 seed this year.
No,
the secret's out.
The secret's out. Last year they were able to sneak below, but I feel like this year they'll be a top 10 seed and they'll be on everyone's radar. Don't go anywhere. We've got some more great highlights coming up for you, including A Meat and Pine, and we'll take you to one of the best rivalries in the state of Louisiana, Battle on Burnside. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh, no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
Welcome back to Friday Night in the Boot. We're about halfway through the show, but we have plenty great highlights still to go. Garrett, I'm already having a great time, and we still have more than half the show to go.
Can't wait, man. And the battle on Birdside's a good one, man. We got like an awesome ancient rivalry between these two teams. Actually heard old coach Barrett Murphy, who used to coach in this rivalry, talking about it on his radio show this night. And you could tell he had some pep in his step, man. This is a rivalry.
And well, let's head right out there to the battle on Burnside. Santa Maria and EA, a generational rivalry. Look at that trophy. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We need more of those trophies like that. Live Oak Denim last week, we had that. Now we have this trophy, because I didn't see that trophy last year, but that is awesome. We need more of that, please. Every coach out there with a big rivalry, get a trophy like that. We see the Spartans running out there. We see the Gator student section pumping their kids up. We're going to see Cooper Babin starting off. He's going to throw an interception straight to Ernest Mitchell in the end zone. Mitchell's just going to fall down and take the 20 yards out. Good start for the Spartans. Leads to nothing, though. They'll have to punt it away after a 4 and out. You see the punt here. Booming punt into that night sky. And we'll just see a fair catch there. But here we go. It's going to be Bryson Thomas. He's going to come up with, he's going to evade the tackles, and he's into clear territory. He's going to slide down there. It puts the Gators at 4th and 2. Gators try to go for it, but here comes John Brown. He's going to take him down in the backfield. East Ascension gets a turnover on downs. But here comes the Spartans. This seemed to be their kryptonite on the night. 4 fumbles, I believe, lost by the Spartans. There's going to be another one here. Handoff, maybe not. Where's the ball? It's all over the place. It's still falling out of the pile. Gators are going to recover, and that will. There's a couple of Gators sitting on top of it right there. But the Gators recover, and then they would kick this field goal to make it 17-6. That would be the only points in the second half for the Gators. So they scored all 15 other points in the first half. Spartans need something here. Here they come. It's going to be a touchdown pass. You see the quarterback roll out. He's looking downfield. He's going to find Justin Oob, and he's going to work his way into the end zone, make his way past the Gators defense. Could they have enough life? Would it be? It wouldn't be in the end. Spartans fall in this one, 12-17. These type of rivalries, you throw the records out the window. It doesn't matter if the Gators were 6-0 and the Spartans were 0-6. This would have been almost the same score line. Next week, we'll see Santa Maula take on Live Oak, and East Ascension will be taking on Turlings Catholic.
So some big games coming up. We've got one here in the Catholic League. Jesuit Blue Jays and the Carr Cougars. Bryce Brown's bunch 6-0 on the season. Jesuit coming in 4-2. Pretty good matchup.
Whoa.
That one's over the top of the quarterback for Jesuit's head. Will be able to retain it, but deep in their own territory, and that pressure from the D-line of Carr paying dividends for the Cougars. Top of the offense, they'll attack the defense. Catch made on the far sideline.
There he is. He's over there somewhere.
Got out of the frame, but comes up with the touchdown for the Cougars. Jesuit again, just trying to get back into this ball game, trailing 7-0 and catching it in stride. Nice pickup there by Roman Larry, wide receiver in his junior season, and gets the Blue Jays on the board. Taylor Norton, junior quarterback, trying to push the ball forward. Tough to get through that Carr line, but they'll pick up some valuable real estate.
One of the top defenses in the state, the Carr Cougars are.
Awesome showing. Looks like it was homecoming. Carr again busting through the line.
Give it to the man-child, Teron Francis.
LSU commit will get into the end zone, and that'll stand up.
Oh.
The holding penalty.
Hold on. He's got to ruin it.
Let's go part deux. They'll go back to the man. Jesuit looking pretty aggressive on defense, but not able to slow down one of the receivers for Carr.
That Carr offense, man, they're tough to stop too. They've been tough to stop all season, but that ball's coughed up a little bit. Who's got it? There's about 12 people on top of the ball. Referee's got a little bit of a job to do, don't they?
Carr looking sharp in the purple and gold with that matte black over the top of the defense. Perfect right into the breadbasket, and Francis gets that touchdown.
There's the man-child. He gets his touchdown no matter what it is.
Jesuit quarterback took his eyes. That's Norton off the ball. Snap to him, recovers, falls forward for minimal gain. Edna Carr will end up remaining perfect, taking the win over Jesuit by a score of 21-9. So just 4 touchdowns in the ball game, but the Cougars stay undefeated. They will take on Warren Easton on the road next week. Our next game, Mandeville taking on Hammond. Should be just an awesome matchup between these two. Skippers hosting the Tornadoes. They're 6-0. They had an enormous win over Covington. And Taryn Jones runs with the ball. Stiff arms, number 0, Trent Holliday. He's going to end up getting tackled by number 12, Montrell White, just in front of the end zone. Ball slips from his hand, and Juan Canales launches himself on it. They'll switch to the other side of the field, and the catch will be made. Darius Big Baby Cervic, he'll get the touchdown, putting the score 3-7, Hammond.
You love to see a guy with number 99 getting into the end zone. Fire me up, man.
Unbelievable running back. Nate Shepard for Mandeville slipped the ball. He makes an amazing 40-yard run here to get Mandeville the touchdown. This is Shepard's 30th touchdown of the season. That makes it 10-7. Skippers back on top.
This kid's electric, man. I tell you what, I love watching this kid play. He looks like he's having fun out there. Sometimes it doesn't even look like he's even trying, but I know he's trying his heart out.
Shepard pushes through the horde of Hammond players to make yet another impressive 30-yard run. Leads to his 31st touchdown, and it's now 17-7 Mandeville.
We need to make a counter for all his yardage or his touchdowns in the corner.
Quarterback Jones throws the ball to Kenyatta Fleet, which is almost an interception by number 12, Montrell White from Mandeville, though Fleet makes the run to get Hammond the touchdown. Mandeville remains in the lead, but it's now 17-13 on the touchdown catch by Fleet. Quarterback Ben Hendricks pushes forward, getting his team closer to the end zone, sets them up for yet another amazing touchdown run, but this time it's Hendricks who's going to stretch the ball against the goal line, stays up, keeps the knees up, and gets into the goal line. 24-13 Mandeville. End of the half. What an impressive showing by the Skippers in front of what is always a raucous crowd on the North Shore. They cruise in the second half and win it 41-19 to improve to 7-0. They are on the road against the Green Wave of Ponchatoula next week, while Hammond will take on Covington. That'll be a tough match for the Hurricanes. Covington, very talented this year.
Very talented. But I tell you what, you worry about Nate Shepard too much, you got to worry about some other guys on that offense as well. They can all play, and then you got to worry about Nate Shepard on defense as well. Skippers look really loaded this year, really deep. Let's stay on the North Shore, head up a little bit further north, basically to Mississippi. From the Washington Parish Fair, not too far from it, the Pine Raiders hosting A-Meet in a district clash. Start this one off, first drive for the Warriors. Jeremy Franklin loads up. He finds Brandon Coleman deep, and the Raider defense gets caught sleeping. 6-0. He holds up the peace sign. I'm out of here. A-Meet leads early on. Warriors going to hit the offense again. Great start from them in this one. And it's going to be Franklin. He's going to see that guy come off the edge. Whoop! He's gone. And looks into the end zone. Who's he got in there? He's got Jack Johnson for a touchdown. He spins the ball. Ref throws a flag for that. Come on, refs. We gotta let the kids have a little fun, don't we? Trying to get the fans pumped up. The Raiders now on offense. Check out this. This is Thomas Bernard. They call him Peanut. By the end of the night, I knew who Peanut was. Look at the stiff arm. And they pull on the face mask. Give him 15 more on top of that. He's fired up. I'm fired up again. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Give it to Peanut again. He's in the end zone. The Raiders get on the board. They're now down just one score. But the Warriors are going to try and extend that lead on this punt. Whenever I first initially saw this punt, I was like, man, he fielded that so nonchalantly. Well, guess what? The seas have parted, and there goes Tylen Buchanan. This punt return, he takes it all the way to the house. A-Meet on top, 20-7 at half. But right before the half, they need to stop on defense again, or else it could get out of control. You know who you call on defense too? None other than Mr. Peanut himself. Getting an interception. They called him down in the end zone. He was ready to take that one back to the other way to the house, so. But they need to get something going on offense. You're going to see Trey Knight. He drops back to pass, but it's intercepted by Franklin Morgan Jr. They had Peanut double up there, and Franklin Morgan Jr. is going to take that one into the red zone. Warriors roll in this one 33-14 over the Pine Raiders. They'll take on A-Meet will take on Albany next game. Pine will take on Jules Sumner. We got a chance to catch up with Coach Zephaniah Powell after the game. Let's hear about his squad, who have won 5 straight. Don't look now, the Warriors are in championship form.
Well, the biggest thing is defense. We still believe that, defense can win championships. And we spent more time practicing defense this week than offense, just to be honest with you. Like you said, they're uber talented over there, from the quarterback to their tight end to their skill guys. So, and I give Coach Seal and his staff so much respect, because his program has been on the rise for these last 3 to 4 years. Well, the biggest thing is adversity. Those first 2 weeks of the season, I had to deal with some adverse stuff, and I wasn't able to be there with our kids. And then also, too, it allowed our assistant coaches to grow up as well, too. But once we got back, had to clean up some things. And, and there's this old adage, you don't want to peak too early. And I'm thinking, like, right now, we're kind of turning the corner a little bit, because we're still trying to find ourselves offensively, defensive. So if we can just stay on that same path, I think we'll be okay.
Big win for A-Meet, and as Spencer said, looking like they're in championship form, 5-2, a chance to finish 8-2 in the regular season if they can, be favored and come away with the wins to close out the next couple of weeks. Excited for Coach Powell and his group. It
is, and they went through a little bit of tough stuff at the start of the season. I know he's been through a lot personally. And it's really good to see that program back to winning ways. I know last year wasn't the season that they wanted, but they still put it together in the postseason, just fell a little bit short. But it's really good to see that program thriving. We've got some more highlights coming for you on the other side of this break. Leading off, West Monroe and Ouachita and Brother Martin John Curtis. Don't go anywhere. If you got to grab a cold drink, you can do that. But come back. We've got more on Friday Night in the Boot on the other side of this break.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. You can help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The game of the week on LHSAA Network, the Kentwood Kangaroos and the Kittens of Southern Lab. Last year it decided a district championship. You'll see it Thursday night, October 24th, 7 p.m. kickoff live from Mumford Stadium. You can catch it on the app, on the LHSAA Network, and on YouTube. Derry Beckwith and I will bring you that game. Should be very compelling football. Hope you'll tune in and join it with us. We've got another compelling game coming up, Spencer.
Two undefeated teams going at it. Ascension Episcopal taking on Vermilion Catholic. We showed you the final score earlier. Let's show you some highlights from this one. First quarter, handoff to Luke McLean. He's going to get to the next level. Jukes a defender out of his socks, and he's into the end zone for an early touchdown for VC. 7-0 lead early. Fans don't look fired up, though, after that. I'm fired up. Get fired up, fans. Here comes the Gators, though. It's going to be Brandon Mitchell. He gets a snap. He spins it to Jack Boudreau, and just like that, this game is tied at 7. Later in the game, Vermilion Catholic is down but not out. When you have John D'Artes in the backfield, he can make magic happen, and he makes magic happen here. Slips through two defenders. He will get into the end zone. It's a 14-14 ball game, and not so fast, though. Here come the Gators. They're knocking on the door here. Andre Abshire gets the handoff, and he scores. Ascension Episcopal retakes the lead, trying to take down Vermilion Catholic and stay unbeaten. But towards the end of the half, the game will be tied again. Put the ball in a playmaker's hands, and he will work. Give it to D'Artes. He gets a hat trick in the first half, and they go on to win this one by a large score of 49-27. Big win, like we said, for Vermilion Catholic. John D'Artes, he's one of the most exciting players to watch in the state. And Division IV Select, you've been put on Screaming Eagle watch. They're probably one of the best teams down there. They're going to be the team to beat whenever it comes time for December.
Lowell Narcisse's team eventually, ends up taking a loss, 6-1, still a talented team. Next game coming up, West Monroe and Ouachita. Look at that fantastic view they have out there. Nice scenario. The winner here remains in the district championship race. The loser starts to position themselves for hopefully a playoff spot. Early in the first, Ryder DeJean to Kavion Mitchell pushed out at the 1. And then the Rebs score on the next play and get a 2-point conversion. They'll go up 8-0. Lions on the attack. Montrell Connor starting to blossom in Ouachita's offense. So quick, finds a little running room there and just kind of shows off. Kevin Davis knows his offense and defense will be put to the test tonight. Connor looking long. Former Aaron's ace, Wydell Clark. Can't quite come up with it, though.
No, he got it. He got it.
The circus catch in traffic as the flags fly. And then Connor with the pitch to the outside. St. Fred transfer MJ Dade. He dives in for the score. That's an 11-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion ends up being no good. Late in the second, West Monroe starts grinding out yards, and boy, Miles is running hard here. Gets past one of his own men, avoids the tackler, and just pushes the pile. West Monroe really moving in rhythm. You see what we did there? Covering 1 4th down, they're faced with another. Caden Willis. Willis will slide in for the score. They take a 15-13 lead. This game is tight as we're moving towards the end. Defense for West Monroe, huge night. Tyler Roark, great penetration. He was all district last year, and a guy who's really been good for them this season. Washita, fourth quarter, here we go. Lions still trail by 3, more possession, and they come up with the pressure on the corner. That's just what you want to see. Lions stopped again into that defensive line of West Monroe. Final score, 15-13, 4-3. The Reds get up one game over 500, and Washita falls to 500. West Monroe taking on Pineville next week.
Doesn't get any easier for Washita Parish either. Take you down to the New Orleans area again. John Curtis taking on Brother Martin. Exciting first quarter here. Brother Martin went up 14-7, but a quiet second quarter. Third quarter action here. Curtis with the ball. Reggie Johnson keeps it and runs it right and gets a nice gain. Later that drive, it's Colston Martinez who punches it in to tie this game up at 14 apiece. That wing tee offense working for the Patriots now after a little bit of a slow start to the season. Later in the third, Johnson is going to get picked off in the flat by Brady McCluskey for the Crusaders. But Brother Martin's unable to put points on the board, and that might be a theme for the rest of the way. Brother Martin backed up against their own end zone, and here they come. Seth Dezette, he's sacked by Tyre Gordon on third down, and that's going to force a punt. John Curtis defense trying to stand up for the team and secure this win. Here's Jax Babaker, who takes the pitch on the option, gets a nice gain, finally gets taken out of bounds. Big time hit there at the end.
He's got wheels.
He's going to say, I want contact. I want contact, coach. Here comes a field goal attempt now, and it's good. Jermaine Lewis Jr., he kicks the go-ahead field goal attempt to make it 17-14 Curtis with a little over 2 minutes to play. Crusaders need to put a drive together late. Seth Dezette drops back to pass. He's looking for a way to get his team into the game, but he's picked off. It's Prentice McKayon Jr. John Curtis wins this one 17-14. The Patriots are 4-2. And I'll tell you what, they got a big-time test against Jesuit next week, who's been taking down teams. Obviously, they lost this week to Carr, but they took down St. Aug, and that's who Brother Martin will be taking on next. Keep your rolling. Westfell taking on Bruley. And welcome to B-Town, by the way. Look at that. It's under construction maybe a little bit, but they're working hard. Or is it Westfell that's working hard? Thomas Temple III, he lobs one up to Mac Haslip. And Haslip's going to come down with a big-time catch there for him. First down for the Saints. Temple's going to roll out again here. He's going to roll to his left side, and he's going to look for Brandon Toney. He takes a pop getting into the end zone, but he hangs on for the touchdown. 7-0 Saints. Toney's fired up. The boys are fired up over on the sideline. But the Panthers, though, hang on, calm down, everyone. Panthers are going to come back through here. Malcolm Patrick, he's looking deep for Jimmy Hunt. He is wide open. I guess the guy's a little bit trailing there, but wide open into the end zone. Panthers tie this one up. See the coaches there for Bruley, looking to get their boys back into this one. Saints go back on offense. Here comes Teldrick Robinson. He takes off, and he's absolutely gone. No one's going to catch this man. The only thing that's going to hurt this man, there's a flag down back at the yardage line.
Oh, don't say that.
Take it all the way back, but now we have a new quarter, and it's the next play, by the way. And this is Temple again. This is, by the way, the next play after the one that just got called back. He's gone, and he's into the end zone. No one's going to catch him. Westfell retakes the lead. Nice dive and tackle attempt there. I like the effort, but Temple gets into the end zone. Saints, they came ready to play for this one. I'll tell you what. Bruley with a 5-1 record coming into this, as we're going to see another screen pass. And we're going to see him. He's going to get pop, knock the helmet off. The ball's on the ground. Guess who it is? It's Teldrick Robinson again. He's going to get into the end zone. And sadly, there was a flag on that play. You missed it there at the end, but there was a flag on that play. Westfell does bring home the win, though. They win 35-28 over Bruley. 5-2 now for the Panthers. Westfell improves to 4-3 on the season. Don't go anywhere. We've got some great North Louisiana matchups coming up next. Oak Grove, Mangum, Union, and Calvary Baptist all played each other tonight. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Buying online is easy, but not when it comes to buying medications. Counterfeit pills and other illicit substances are being laced with fentanyl. Kids are dying from these fake pills. Fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin. A lethal dose is smaller than a pencil point. Worse yet, medical professionals can't tell the difference between real pills and their counterfeits. Don't take anything that doesn't come from your doctor. Buying online can leave you flatlined.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Welcome back into Friday night in the boot. Parkway, Huntington. You see the highlights. Let's get into it.
Both teams have one district loss, but the Raiders haven't played the Vikings yet. This league is so much fun. So many points that get put on the board. First possession for Huntington. They're going to get into the end zone. Then we're going to see Parkway take over on offense here. C.J. Dudley muscles his way to pick up a few yards. Next, a shovel pass to Camaro Mayo, and he weaves his way through traffic and takes it to the end zone. It's now 8-6 Raiders. Look at the Panther right there dancing it up. Dance it up, Panther. Here we go. We got the Raiders back on offense. Landon Gibbs has time to throw, and he airs this one out to Washington, who takes it the rest of the way to the house. Raiders on top of this one, 14-6. Panthers going to give it to the man named Mayo again, and he's going to take it around the left side. He's pointing downfield saying, block for me, block for me. And he is gone. He's going to take it now to the right side. Gives a little peace sign in there as well. Love that. Touchdown for Parkway. They get back 14-14. They get the ball back after a fumble on kickoff. Gavin Farrington to Dallas Loke to Gary Burney all the way to the 1 yard line. Dudley will take it in for the touchdown. And Parkway from there rolls past Huntington. Final score in this one was, or we know no final score on that one. We're going to just go into Oak Grove Meng, and we got fire after fire on this one.
Well, tonight the Dragons out for a little revenge. In the process, they inch closer to a district championship. Both teams coming in on 5-game winning streaks. This is a big game for district seeding, only a few games to play. First play from scrimmage, Jay Miles came to play. Takes the handoff, finds a gap, and he is way down the field. A few plays later, he will finish it off. Miles with the first drive touchdown for the Dragons, and he is ready for a big night ahead. First Oak Grove possession, you've heard his name. Jackson Bradley using his arm. He finds Joe Layton inside the 10. 2 plays later, it's the legs of Bradley. Scampers into the end zone and gets it done. 6-6 your score. And the head coach, who's won 3 of the last 4 state championships, Ryan Gregory, looking on for Oak Grove. Dragons respond right away. Grueling drive, but the same result. Jay Miles takes it in from close range. Lots of action for him tonight. He is exhausted after that. They ended up making it a 12-12 game. Second quarter now, the defense is showing up. Oak Grove, after a stop, trying to get something going, a little option play. But the Dragons make a nice play here and take it far down the field and come up with the loose ball. Tough for Oak Grove to lose it. Final score ends up being the Tigers on top, 26-20. They take down Mangum, who falls to 5-2.
Another scoreboard here for you. Union Parish and Calvary played each other tonight. Calvary comes out on top, 24-14. The Farmers fall to 3-4. Calvary up to 5-2. We got another scoreboard here for you. Walker and Shaw. Shaw with a big win, 59-14 over Walker. Next up here we have Broadmoor, or we'll be back here with Broadmoor and Estruma right after this break. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Love did this. This is love's fault, and it hurts. It's devastating. But you always come back for more. What else gets you up this early? What else makes you feel this wild, this ecstatic, this focused, this obsessed? Has to be love. It's in your soul, your head, your heart, your hands. You love the game. It's your nature. Nothing is more real.
Welcome back to Friday Night in the Boot. Take you out to Plaquemine. They're taking on St. Michael tonight. And Garrett, take it away.
We are at Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge. Plaquemine coming in 5-1 on the season, and St. Michael, they are 4-2. St. Michael has a win previously against district foe Estruma. We'll see more about them a little bit later, but the winner of this game will be in the driver's seat for the district championship. You see both teams will shake hands. Nice show of sportsmanship to start the ball game. The quarterback for St. Michael, if he looks big, it's because he is. Brock Hamilton, over 6 feet tall, about 200 pounds. He'll hand off here to number 24, John Martinez. Martinez has a burst. He's a big body. And just an incredible showing by him. He would get into the end zone in the first quarter. These two teams, again, fighting for district supremacy. Plaquemine really good at running the ball. They end up running away with this one by a score of 61-28. St. Michael falls 4-3, Plaquemine 6-1, and if Plaquemine wins their game against Estruma in 2 weeks, they could take the district championship. Next game up for us is Broadmoor and Estruma, the Buccaneers and the Indians. 31-0, Estruma gets the shutout. We mentioned it earlier that Sid Edwards won his 200th game all time, joins a very exclusive list. Let's hear from Coach Edwards.
The truth is, I didn't win any of the 200, you know. That was good kids and good coaches. But to get to that spot, just a little emotional, just because of where it's at.
Yes, yes.
The 70805 North Baton Rouge, you know, where I grew up. And I won my first game in the zip code, and we won 200 in the same zip code.
It means a lot to you.
It means a lot. The neighborhood, the community, and to do it with these kids means an awful lot.
Take you out now to Slaughter. This will be the last game we show tonight. Episcopal taking on the community charter of Slaughter. We're going to start off in this one with a massive run from Episcopal running back Reed Chauvin. This kid's got an engine like no other running back I've ever seen. He's going to just drag his man into the end zone for an early night touchdown. But it wouldn't take long for Slaughter to strike back. A huge rushing play by Brannigan Givens sets up junior quarterback Tykimon Ford for a touchdown. But Episcopal rolls in this one, 41-22. We'd like to thank you for joining us this week. Catch us next week on Friday Night in the Boot.